This college is the most iconic and historical building at DePauw University. On the wall of the hallway on the first floor of the building, there is an old black and white picture of Aimaro Sato, who was one of the first 4 Japanese students at DePauw and later became an ambassador to the United States. Since the first 4 Japanese students arrived at DePauw University, former Indiana Asbury University, in 1877, several hundred Japanese students have learned at DePauw, and DePauw and Japanese students have built a unique and important relationship. 4 Japanese students, Chinda, Sato, Kawamura, and Nasu, decided to study at Indiana Asbury University with the purpose of bringing knowledge from the West to modernize Japan. They were the first international students at Indiana Asbury University. The living condition of the Japanese students was by no means exciting, and they were left in financial straits. The students had several odd jobs, such as serving a janitor, cleaning the guns for the school to make a living. They also earned money by giving public talks at the Methodist Episcopal Church, currently known as the Gobin Church. For most people, these talks were the only resource to learn about Japan, so the students' words engraved the community's understanding of Japan.
And in the summer of 1877, 4 students from Japan arrived in Greencastle. They didn't have much money, but they were willing to work, and they lived in the old edifice, which was kind of adjacent to East College. They were given their rooms, and they fed coal to the heaters, and they cooked their food in their own rooms, and they found great acceptance in the Greencastle community.
1877, the 5th Japanese students, Kikuchi, arrived in Greencastle to study agriculture. Unfortunately, Kikuchi's health gradually deteriorated and died due to typhoid fever in 1878. He is buried in Forest Hill Cemetery, and some Japanese occasionally visit his grave. Despite the sadness of losing a peer, the Japanese students worked hard to become integrated in the U.S. society and decided to join fraternities. Chinda and Nasu joined the Delta Kappa Epsilon, and Sato and Kawamura joined the Beta Theta Pi. After the Civil War, the fraternity movement spread rapidly in the U.S. and Greek life became a prominent feature at Indiana Asbury University by the 1880s. Considering that 9/10 of Asbury's students would greatly prefer that the non-white races be educated separately during this time, it is surprising that all the Japanese students were able to join fraternity. By the start of the 20th century, there were approximately 15 Japanese students who studied at DePauw. With the outbreak of World War II, this exchange faced a temporary halt. After the war, with the remarkable effort of the people at that time, the U.S.-Japan relationship transformed from enemies to partners within half a century. Today, DePauw provides students with several opportunities to learn and conduct research about Japan, a country that is on the other side of the world.
So when I started teaching Japanese here at DePauw about 20 years ago, I had many students from economics. But nowadays, students come from more soft power such as anime, manga, and games. In the future, no matter what the inspiration might be, I hope DePauw students will continue to be interested in Japan and Japanese culture.
2008, Ikubo, 1957 graduate, and Endo received his master's degree from DePauw in 1960, established the GRU Rector Scholarship Program, where every year one Japanese student is promised a full tuition merit scholarship to pursue their education at DePauw.
Pleased to see a growing number of Japanese students at DePauw. Maybe 10 years ago, we may have had maybe 1 or 2 Japanese students each year. But yesterday, I was surrounded by almost 30 Japanese students who joined us for dinner.
US, I think what we learn is like, or get is multiple perspectives, because when we are in Japan, we just say like, in the United States, they have this kind of issues, and they are struggling because of this kind of like problem or something. But if we are in America, like we are a part of the problem or controversies that we are facing almost every day. And in order to solve those issues, or in order to like live a better life, we need to think like in like multiple ways, and that is how I think we get like multiple perspectives.
Currently, the number of Japanese students at DePauw is significantly increasing. This is by dint of the hard work by the former students. Throughout its history, DePauw has acted as a bridge promoting exchange between the two countries.